if you've got your water ready and your kettlebell ready and you've got a nice clear space to move, let's get our body ready with a little bit of movement prep. I'm going to move my belt out the way. Let's start with our shoulders. So roll your shoulders, nice and big circles. And the other way. And let's take that into some nice big arm circles. And the other way. And we're just going to get a little bit of twisting going on in the upper body. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale as you rotate around, looking at your fingertips. Inhale back to the center and over the other way. A few more times here. Let's go round again and again. Let's go one more on each side. Okay, hip circles, so going round and round in big circles. Round the other way. And now let's come to the end of our mat. We're going to take a nice big reach up. Inhale and then exhale as you roll down towards your mat. Doesn't matter if you can touch the floor or not, that's not what this is about. I want you to think about keeping your knees fairly kind of locked so that you feel that stretch up the back of your legs there. Just let your head hang down. Let your kind of, this part of your body sort of, you know, pull yourself towards the floor so you really get a good stretch here. Then we're going to bring our hands across the mat here, bring your knees down, and then we're going to, from here, we're going to rock backwards and forwards. So as I go backwards, thinking about pushing my chest towards the floor. As I go forwards, I'm bringing my hips to the floor, and I'm just going to rock backwards and forwards like that a few times. Okay, good. And now, let me just move this kettlebell and water so you can see. So from here, I'm bringing this is my left leg I'm bringing up next to my hands. Then I'm going to tuck my back toe under and lift my knee up. So floating it up from the mat. I want my hands spread out, nice and wide, pushing away from the floor, and then thinking about pushing my hip gently towards the mat, and then you can just ease in and out of that. If that feels too hard to stay up like this, just pop your knee down and push your hip to the floor like that, okay? That's absolutely fine as well. Move around a little bit in circles. Now, we're going to bring our knee to the floor. I'm going to keep my left hand on the floor next to, sorry, not left hand, right hand on the floor. With my left elbow, I'm going to try and come down, touch the floor, and then rotating up, looking at my fingertips. Apologies for turning my back on you. Elbow to the floor, and then back up. Now, don't worry if you can't get your elbow to the floor. If it just comes to here, as long as you can feel that you're going to the furthest spot that you can go to, okay? And if you practice this, you will eventually get your elbow to the floor. Let's do a couple more. One more. And up. Good. Now, take the left foot back. Bring the right foot up. So hands are on the floor, next to and lined up with your foot. Tucking the back toe under. Float that knee up. Spread the fingertips out. Push the floor away. And then just gently push your hip towards the floor. I love this. Really love this movement. Little movements here. Up and down. And again, if you feel you need to bring that knee just to give yourself a little bit more kind of support, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead and do that. Lovely. Okay, so then I'm going to keep my left hand on the floor, my right foot is on the floor. I'm bringing my right elbow close to the floor as you can, and then reaching up. So when I'm reaching up here, thinking about trying to pull my arm back so I get as much rotation as I can. And I'm still, at the same time, I'm still pushing this hip forward. So loads going on here, loads of lovely stretching and mobility. It's just such a nice feeling. Excellent. Let's do one more. Excellent. Okay, hands back to the floor, take that right foot back. Then from here, we're just gonna work the shoulders a little bit here. So keeping your knees and toes on the floor, hands on the floor, fingers spread out. Sink down into your shoulders and then push back up again. So sink down and push back up. Sink down, push back up. Try and see if you can get it in a kind of a circular movement if you can. If that feels challenging, you don't want to bend your elbows here. It's not like a push-up. You want to try and keep your arms straight as possible and just sinking down. Ooh, get some lovely warmth up in those shoulders. Good, good. Let's do a couple more. One more. Great. Okay, now, toes are tucked under, hands are on the floor. I'm going to lift my hips up towards the ceiling and I'm going to bring my heels down to the floor. Again, doesn't matter if they don't actually touch the floor yet, just try to sort of pull them down so you feel that stretch at the back of the legs. And then slowly, slowly, walk your hands back to your feet and then roll up. Okay, we're ready to get started.